Today I am here to do this very colorful, bold look, and it's very much inspired by Coachella. I've been seeing all of these pictures all over Instagram and Snapchat, and I'm just sad that I'm not able to be there, but I decided, hey, if you can't be there, at least do something inspired by it. So I came up with this very colorful, bright, bold look, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. So if you want to see how I got this look, then go ahead and keep on watching. So I'm going to start off by using my Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC, and start off with this eyeshadow by NYX. It's a nude matte eyeshadow, and this one is called Kiss the Day. I'm going to take that on a large fluffy brush, and I'm going to be applying this from my brow bone all the way down to my lid. Next, I'm going to be taking this MAC shadow. This is called Kid. And I'm going to be using my Sedona Lace 311 brush. It's a super small blending brush. And I'm going to run this directly into my crease. This is a very soft, no color type of color. And it just adds a little bit of definition without it being too much. And that's what I was looking for. So now we get to the fun part, which is the colorful eyeliner. I'm first going to take this Wet n Wild kohl eyeliner in the color white. So what you're going to do is just line your lid like you normally would with like a liquid liner or a pencil liner if you use that. And try to get it to match your other eye as much as possible. If you need to apply some tape, I suggest doing that. But I'm just going to freehand it and see how it goes. And you want to start off closer to your base of your lashes so that you don't make the line too thick, because it's kind of hard to get them to match if you make it too thick. If you make it too thin, then you can always add to that, but if you make it too thick, it's going to be a lot harder to take away from that. If you get any like chunks of white, to kind of blend it out, because those chunks can make the eyeshadow stick to it and it'll look chunky, so you don't want to do that. So you just want to blend it out a little bit. So now you want to take a small angled liner brush. So next I'm going to be taking my Urban Decay Electric palette. I know this is an expensive palette, so I have an alternative for you guys. This is Sleek's Acid palette, and it's very similar. If you guys would rather not spend the $40–50 that palette is, this one is $12, and you can use this shade, and this shade to create the same type of look. So the first shade that I'm going to be taking is this one here, and this one is called Thrash. And I'm going to be stamping the color onto my eyelid where I place that white. Alrighty, and then you just want to start fading it towards the center part of the lid. Now I'm going to be taking the color Freak, and I'm going to press that in the center part of my eye and start fading it back and blending it into the Thrash. To get them to blend really easily, you just kind of go back and forth between the two shades. And that already creates like a very gradient effect. Okay, so I took that almost to the end of the eye. And now I'm going to be taking the color Fringe. Doing the same thing, I'm going to go from this part of the eye and blend it in. And then start taking it out. Now you can take a small type of pencil brush, and this is Morphe M431, and you can just blend the shades together. It'll give you a nicer gradient effect. And now for the last shade, I'm going to be taking the color Chaos, which is a bright royal blue. And I'm going to start off here at the bottom and bring it up. Now I'm going to be taking my Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner. And this is just in the color black. And I'm using this one because it has a very small, thin tip to it. And I'm going to be drawing a very thin line. Again, you want to start at the base of your lashes. You want to be very careful not to draw it too thick because then you can kind of cover the actual eyeliner. Kind of see how I did. This one is not as covered as this one, so I'm just going to make that line a little bit thinner by going back with the eyeliner brush and going over the eyeshadow. I'm actually going to be taking this Elizabeth Moth You're So Fine waterproof liquid liner, and this is in the shade Glitterati, which is just a black with like silver glitter in it. Now you can't really tell, but I kind of wanted to add a little bit of jazziness to it, and this has a little bit of glitter. And now if you have hooded lids, you will get a little bit of transfer of the color up to the top of your eyelid. If that bothers you, then you might want to make your lines a little bit thinner than what I have currently. If it doesn't bother you, then don't worry about it. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean up the fallout and then curl my lashes and apply my Lights Camera Lashes mascara. I already went ahead and applied foundation to my face. That's why I look a little funny. I always feel like I look funny without everything else on. So for eyelashes, I'm going to be using Kiss #1 lashes. They're long and full, but not like too clumpy. On to concealer, and I'm gonna mix my two favorite, which is Nars Creamy Concealer in Custard and Maybelline's Fit Me Concealer in 20 Sand. To set my concealer, I'm gonna be using my Bare Minerals Well Rested. And I'm going to be taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm going to be taking the first two shades, and I'm just going to set the rest of the highlighted areas. For the rest of my face, I'm going to be using Hello Flawless by Benefit. I'm going to go ahead and warm up my complexion, and I'm going to be using Milani's Big Bronzer in the color Sienna. And I'm just going to warm up my face. I'm not really going to contour my face. I am currently very obsessed with this MAC blush. This was a limited edition collection that they came out with a while ago, and it's just called Ocean City, and I'm so obsessed with this. I've used it in like the last couple tutorials. I'm going to be taking my Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Powder, and I'm just going to be taking the highlight shade from this, and I'm going to be applying this to the highest points of my face. Alrighty, so now I'm just going to zoom you in to finish off the eyes. I'm going to be adding the Rimmel Scandalized Waterproof Kohl Kajal in the color Nude, which is just a skin color, and I'm going to be applying that to my waterline. So I finally decided what I was going to use for my bottom lash line, and it's going to be Kid eyeshadow from MAC, the same one that we use in the crease, just because I want the eyeliner to stand out, and I don't want to add any more color to the bottom lash line because I feel like it'll take away from it. So I'm just going to be taking it on this pencil brush, and I'm going to be adding this to my bottom lash line. So for my inner tear duct, I'm just going to go back into the highlight shade that I use on my face, and I'm just going to pop that into the inner corner. So the last thing we're going to do is, of course, our lips, and I'm going to be taking Milani's Lip Intense Liquid Color, and this is in the color Violet Addict. So that is it for this look. Of course, you can pair this with a much nuder lip. Don't feel obligated to wear such a bright color with these bright eyes. It's just my personal preference. I love bold on bold. So for more pictures and more information on this look, please make sure to check out my blog. I will link it down below. If you do decide to recreate this look, please hashtag MakeuppassTV so I can see it on Twitter and Instagram. Also, if you have any requests for anything that you would like to see next, please leave it down in the comment section below. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye! Maybe this lip is a little too bright. What do you guys think? I think so.